But I should know myself better by now that things do not go as planned. But I've lost it, and it's MJ here. I'm by myself, but honestly, I kind of ooh, that was not pleasant, and that's not gonna be pleasant on the audio at all. But I should know better. This thing is like broken on the inside. Oh my god, it's like it's broken on the inside. Oh, that's not okay. Anyway, I should know by now better. I should know better by now that things do not go as planned in my life. Hardly ever. So I'm here by myself. We are not doing the part three. I'm hoping that I do part three of the generations because that is something that I really want to do. And I actually met this guy at the gym last night, and he's like in his 30s, and he's the type of person that I would want on my podcast for that. So I'm hoping that maybe I come across him again and I can get him on here. But first things first, Camera Eats Tap and Taco is the best street tacos. And they're cheap. They're so good and they're not that expensive. These are fries. I got their fries. But yeah. Also, first things first, I made a fucking mess. So and everybody knows that we gotta pack a bowl. Okay, so we're gonna have some ASMR up in this bitch of me packing a bowl. And today it's windy as fuck outside and we're by the river. Um wow, that's giving me sun that I don't need. Yeah, no. It's giving me sun that I don't need. So we're gonna vent it. Yeah, we're gonna vent it. And roll down this window. Mm-hmm. Yes. See that? Now I'm getting up close and personal with the mic so you guys can get a little ASMR of my voice. I hate my voice, so I'm gonna hate listening to this whole podcast because it's all me. And you guys already know if you watch my podcast. I was about to be like, so guys, how's your day? But there's nobody here. But that's okay. We can talk to the wind. Anyway, I met this guy last night at the gym. I was mid workout and I could tell that he wanted to have a conversation with me, but it was one of those times at the gym. Like, I haven't been alone at the gym for a really long, like, it's been a fat minute since I've been, like, at the gym alone. And so I met this guy. So, you know, I have no friends because I'm talking to myself in a podcast about how I met this 35-year-old man. Oh my God, that's so, I actually love that for me. Anyway, I met him and I shared with him like a lot that I normally don't share with people about me and about things that I receive from like God and like all of this stuff. And he like really made me realize that I'm not delusional. Like he was like, "No, I understand. Like no, that makes sense." Like and he was like, "No, you have like a gift. Like that's an amazing gift and this and that and that." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Like I'm not just a fucking weirdo and a freak." Cuz like sometimes low key I'd be like, I feel so stupid that I like think this right now. But I shared with him a lot about like that part of me and it really helped me with a lot of like stuff that's been going on lately because to be honest with you, the short side of it is that I just like feel a lot. And so it's just kind of hard sometimes because I personally feel numb, but I can feel a lot, which makes no sense at all. But to me, it does. So, yeah. But today we're talking about I've lost it and the whole of it because I've lost it and I'm pretty sure you have too. And I mean that. And I didn't think that I was going to be able to record this week. I thought that like I was going to end up just sitting here and not being able to like do anything at all, if I'm being honest, because a lot has happened and a lot has been said to me and a lot has come out of my mouth, which womp womp. But like, I truly did not think that I was going to be able to pull out a microphone and pull some podcast delusions out of my head. But I'm going to. And they're not going to be delusions because I'm not delusional. Yeah, I didn't get that at all. Do some tricky tricks. Oh my God. Okay. I've lost it. It's MJ. And we're literally talking about how we've all completely lost it. This came to me like this morning, like I had no idea what I was gonna repost or what I was gonna record. And I woke up this morning and I walked inside my mom's house for my bus and I was sitting there and I was supposed to go shower, but I was sitting there and I just started like writing in my journal, obviously, because I write in my journal every morning. But then I started like after I was done writing in my journal, I just couldn't like stop writing. Like I had to like write about something else. Like I just had a feeling like, oh, you need to write about this or something. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird thought, but it happened, and now we're here, and I'm at the river because the guy that I met last night told me how to get to this place, and it's this beach off the Rio Grande that I think I think I've partied here before. But I'm not completely sure, so I'm not gonna. Don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? Don't quote me on that. It's Siphon Beach, but I don't know. Okay, so starting from a young age, we all start to like lose it. At some point. At some point, we all start to lose it at a young age. Some of us would like to think we catch up with life, or some of us pretend we never lost it in the first place. Now the question is, what is it? Well, what is it for you? You can sit here, and I bet you could think of like 10 things you've lost in the past like week. You've lost it. You could sit here, and you could think about thoughts you've lost, like you've completely lost, or you could sit here and you could be like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I'm lost. Like, what is it for you? And maybe that's what you need to think about this week. Um, Now the question, as kids, we lose toys or our temper, etc. As teenagers, we lose girlfriends, boyfriends. Sometimes we lose parents. Sometimes we lose best friends. Sometimes we lose things that we think are important. as teenagers, we lose our innocence, or at least a lot of teenagers lose their innocence. As adults, we lose our childhood. We let go a lot as adults because we think we have to. So honestly, as adults, we lose a lot because we think we need to become adults. We have to, you lose your mind unless you already have. The only difference between you and the person next to you is how they lost it and how much it bothers them. As humans, we lose control of ourselves and situations. We um we lose control of control. We lose control of our own minds, we lose control of our emotions, and that starts at such a young age. Sorry, I just got the chills. That means I'm on the right path. Sorry, guys. You lose control of yourself and situations at a young age. You lose control of your mind and your emotions when you're young. The first time you get told to stop crying, or the first time you get told to stop doing something, you lose control of your own mind and your own emotions of what you want to do and how you want to do something. And now, as growing up and being parented, you get told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and how to feel. Or at least growing up, that's how, like, you go and you play in the dirt, or you go and you play in the river, or you go and you play with certain things in the house and you get told no, or you get told, hey, you can't do that, or you go and you hit your brother, or you go and you express your feelings to your brother in the wrong way and you get told, no, you can't do that, or your sister, or your friends, or to your parents, and you get told you can't do that. So you lose control right away. Now, you were never in control in the first place. Neither are your parents, though, because they can't control you and you can't control them. They can't control the situation. And so everybody loses in that moment, everybody loses something. And then that leads to losing your mind. And then it's how you control, I mean, obviously you can't control it, but how you handle, how you feel about all of these things that you're losing control of is how good your life is and how bad your life is. You've probably sat there and thought you were in control until you realize you're not. And then you're going and you start the chase for that feeling of control again and again and again. And then you lose yourself in this cycle of control. You lose yourself in chasing the feeling of being in control of something or being in control of someone. You go and you have kids and you get a job where you feel more in control, and then you quit or you move on. Or you get in a relationship where you feel control, or you go on a trip where you feel control. Life is a constant chase of wanting to feel in control if you let it be. But when you lose it, and you lose it forever and you never find the control again, you live this free spirited, free purpose life. I know I'm not in control of anything. I'm not in control of this podcast. I'm not in control of this video because this video gets lost every single fucking time I record. I'm not in control of this audio because this audio glitches every single fucking time I record. I'm not in control of anything that happens. I'm not in control of when my podcast gets uploaded or how it gets uploaded or how those videos look. Like, I am not in control of anything in my life, but I live my life so free spiritedly and okay with not being in control that I'm okay with it. And once you realize that, and once you realize you've lost it and you're never gonna gain it back, you never had it in the first place, so you really didn't lose it at all. Life gets a lot easier and a lot better. You have no control of what happens. You have no control of what happens when you walk outside. You have no control of what happens when you say hi or when you say bye. You have no control over when you wake up or how you wake up or how you walk down the street. You have no control. And I've said that a million times now. But that's my point. And everybody in this world thinks they have control and thinks they want control. But if you think about it, when you're sitting there in control, you have so much on your plate. When you're in control of your family, or when you're in control of kids, or when you're in control of people at your job, when you're in control of a specific thing, when you're in control of making dinner, making plans, making a date, you're in control of a relationship, when you're in control of a person, like, you become more stressed, definitely more stressed out. And now you have to think about all of these different things. And if you're one of those people that like is in control of everything and you like it, okay, whatever. But sit here for a second and think to yourself, like, do you actually like being in control of it, or do you just like what's going on, like knowing what's going on? Do you like actually know what you're doing, or are you faking it? Because half the time that you look at somebody who's in control, they have no idea what they're doing. Everybody around you is faking it. If you walk up to somebody and they say that they have it figured out, they're fucking lying to you. Nobody has it figured out. And if you want to figure it out, you're never gonna be happy with like what you figure out, because you're never gonna fully figure it out. There's there's no possible way for you to know everything at every moment, every day. You'll never have it all figured out. And once you realize that you can't have this perfect control of your life, it'll make things so much better. But I've lost it, and that's like all I have for you guys. I think. Actually, no, that's not all I have for you guys. So, last thing I have for you guys is Romans 15:13. I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace because you trust in Him. Trust in God that He has a process and a plan for you. Trust in God that He has control of your life in a way that you could never possibly have control of your life. Trust in God that He has control in your voice and your mannerisms and your actions and your path. Because when God is in control of your life, things work out and things feel a lot easier. You're no longer worried about how to do things. You're more content, and you can sit back and you can relax and you can think, I cannot wait to see where God takes this. And you don't have to worry about where you're going to take it anymore. And you don't have to worry about where you're going to go with it, or what you're going to say, or how to put the words, or how you're going to react. You no longer have to worry about how that job, you no longer have to worry about how that conversation is going to go, or how that talk is going to go, or how that test is going to go, or how this next shift is going to happen, or how you're going to wake up in the morning, or how you're going to go to sleep at night. That's hypocritical of me to say, the sleep part. But still, when you put all of your trust and all of your faith in Him, joy and peace come easily. It's not something you have to work for. It's something you have to ask and trust in. Ask for and trust in. And you'll receive it. And I just want you all to know. Have here's the view.